everybody, welcome to Cinema Trailer News. My name is Chris and this will be my review for Babylon. So I finally got a chance to see Babylon and I kind of love it. Now let me address this first. And I actually understand if people don't like this movie. You know, where some of Damien Chazelle's movie like Whiplash and La La Land, those one I can understand why people won't love those movie. But Babylon, I understand if people don't like it, and it's okay. I mean, it's a long movie, a little bit of 3 hours long, and I enjoy Damien Chazelle's movies for the most part. I think Whiplash and La La Land are so great. First Man was okay, a little bit of disappointment, but I think that if you go and see Babylon, you're going to, some people will have a great theatrical experience from a technical standpoint. Now, the movie starts off with this high-end energy, so when it kind of goes down to a more normal scenes, just someone talking, you can feel that the pacing kind of stop a little bit, and I get that. If you saw the trailer and you're like, oh no, that looks exhausting if I had to be trapped in there for 3 hours long, I don't want it. So you won't probably like Babylon. Now, I was pretty enormous with this movie, I can lie. The filmmaking of this is so flashy and showing, and just a man doing whatever he wanted in this movie. And in this video, there is no spoiler, but you know, there's a party scene, obviously, and it's introduced in one take, and the way the camera, it just utilized the entire room, as you've seen hundreds of extras, is so well choreographed and staged the way it is, and it's all time like perfect. I mean, what, this is one of most well-crafted movie of the year for sure. The cinematography by Lana Sangri, which is amazing. The production design, to the costume, to the sound, to the one of the best score of the year by Justin Hurwitz, with teaming with Chazelle again, and it's a banger. But at the end of the day, it's all about the story. And how was the story? I love the story. It's obviously about Hollywood. Now, before you kind of roll your eyes, I actually feel that this is a pretty scorching take on Hollywood. It's about executives and pottery, and you know, those times in the 20s for sure. But also it's about Hollywood and how stars come and go and how it can change people's lives for the better and for the worse. Now the movie does follow multiple characters, but particularly in Margot Robbie and Diego Calva's characters, who both just deliver excellent performances. Margot Robbie is just incredible. She's one of my favorite actresses, and she was incredible here, and this was a very demanding performance. I mean, you look at, and so physically exhausting, and I mean, this movie, when you look at this movie, you're like, oh my gosh, that has had to be such a exhausting shoot to be in. And she's like so committed to everything. She's one of the best actors for real. Diego Calva is just kind of the noble guy trying to make it, you know, trying to achieve his dreams. And he's really where the audience kind of sees through him. And he's fantastic too. Brad Pitt, he's also excellent in here. Really, he had a very interesting role here. I really like him. Now let's talk about Tobey Maguire. His role is small. His character is not in the movie all that long, so it might be a little bit of a disappointment for a lot of people hoping to see him. But he's good here, and he's bringing this insane amount of chaotic energy to his character at his core, and that I wasn't expecting. And his moment and that sequence of events that we get also involving Diego Calva is really entertaining. He's really good. But the thing that was very refreshing about this movie is that it feels like Damien Chazelle's last movie, like he did I'm going to do it all here and make some interesting and bold choices. And it's kind of a brutal take on Hollywood. And yeah, with everything being said about Hollywood, and the dark term that it takes us, this movie made me appreciate movies more than any other movies this year. It actually made me feel, but not in a cynical way, the evolution of cinema and how it affects everyone from all genders, races, and what whatever. Now there are multiple love letters to movies every year, but especially this, but no, none. This movie this year made me appreciate the way that Babylon did, and that is kind of surprising to me. Now that comes full with the ending, and I'm not going to spoil it, obviously, but the ending has been received as pretty divisive, and I get it, and I love it. I love it so much, not only because yes, it achieves what I just said, but because like the ideas of this man who let this happen. I mean, I can't believe the ending he chose. And I know I'm saying this to kind of hype it up and make you feel, oh man, I'm about to see the greatest things ever here. And I'm not trying to hype it up in that way. I'm trying to hype it up in a way that the movie feels like it's going to end about 10 different times. And you're like, oh, this is how it's going to end. And then, oh no, this is how it's going to end. And then there was a moment like, I was like, oh, this is actually how it's going to end. And then say, and he ended. And that's a good ending. And then he sniffed the leftover coat and said, and just ended. And I was like, does Damien Chazelle think he's the greatest director of all time, or he just doesn't give a 10 anymore? And I love it. And I know some of you watching are going to think is the dumbest thing ever. And I understand, because I do have problems with the movie. Absolutely, I do. The length is too long. Some scenes drag. Some characters come in and out of the spotlight a little bit too much, but it can be seen as kind of undeserving the characters and flaws and all. This movie has not left my mind since I watched it. Certain scenes of some of the best of this year. Now, I really appreciate what Damien Chazelle was trying to do here. It is a movie that I look at and I say, yes, I see the vision. I see the critique. I see what you're trying to point out and consistently show us, especially at the beginning of the film, how dirty these things will actually get at these Hollywood parties and how chaotic. Babylon is sick and twisted as one as you could imagine. And Diego Calva and Margot Robbie are spectacular. It's just a very ambitious explosion, fast-paced madness. Damien Chazelle's darker take on Hollywood in this era is fascinating, but with all the flaws and all, I love it. And I know some of you are going to hate it. It's a lot of movie, but I mean, if you're going to make a movie, and that's what Damien Chazelle did here. It was for sure an experience, and I recommend you watch it because it's just something spectacular. Now, but like I said, if you saw the trailer and you seen that this scene a little bit too much, then you won't probably like this movie. But if you watch the trailer and yes, this looks fun, this looks interesting, then you're probably going to enjoy this film. So that's my review for Babylon. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, consider subscribe to your channel, and thank you for watching. See you guys later. Bye bye.